Hello everyone, it's Dan here from Thomas Road Support. In this video I'm just going to take you through building pages with Visual Composer for WordPress. Okay, so at this stage we've gone through all of the content in the theme, we've got it all set up from nothing, imported the demo data, etc. Finally we're going to show you how to actually build pages using Visual Composer. Now the process is very simple if you've ever used the plugin before. If not, we'll just take you through how it all works now. So to begin with, we're going to go to New and Page, because obviously we're going to create a fresh page, and I'll call this Dan's Homepage. Now we're going to add some content, and to begin using Visual Composer we need to hit the backend editor here, and we're going to drop in a new section. The way the theme or Visual Composer works, you can either just use sections to house your content. So if we take a look at the main homepage, you can see here this top area has quite a lot of padding around it and things. That's because it's actually using a section to give it that nice style, whereas below this we've just got a raw block dropped into place, which allows it to sit neatly and close to everything else. I'll explain to you what this means, or demonstrate it as I should say. So we'll start by adding a row and some content to the page. So obviously you may want to put something a bit more impressive on there, but for the sake of this video I'm just going to create a few random bits of text. So if we publish the page and just take a quick look, you can see here we've got our title and text below that. Now if I was to clone this and take it out of the section so it's in its own row, and just to make sure it's really visible, I'll give this its own background color as well. And what we can see here, the area above it, which uses a section, has loads of space around it. The area below, which is just a row on its own, doesn't. And that's basically what I'm trying to demonstrate here. If you want to have lots of spacing around your content, then pop things into sections and away you go. Other than that, you can use a row. But to demonstrate something else, which is also quite neat with these, you'll notice here the left and right is in a container. If we wanted to have this stretch all the way out to the edge of the page, we can edit the row, and in the settings we can stretch it using stretch row. And there you go, you can see we've got a section which reaches right the way to the edge of the page. We can even go one step further. If I just clone this, I'll give it a different background color again, maybe slightly darker. Rather than using stretch row, we can also stretch row and content. And what this means is the actual content in the row is stretched as well. So you can see there, we've got a perfect example of how this all works. Obviously your particular page may not want to look like this, but I'm just trying to show you exactly how this all works. But let's go ahead and remove the extra blocks we've popped in, and I will replace that with a portfolio feed. Now when you're adding blocks to a page, with our blocks anyway, you can obviously choose how many items you want to display as well as the layout. I'll go for a nice 4-column layout with 8 items showing. Actually no, I'll go for 3 columns and 6 items. And I'll update the page. If I refresh, what you'll notice is we've got, exactly like we expected, we've got a nice filterable area with our projects, but you'll see the projects don't reach to the full extremes of the page, which as we now know is because of the row settings we've applied. So if we wanted to have them reach the full width, we can edit the row settings here and select stretch row and content. And voila. As you can see, it reaches now to the very edge. So let's keep adding some content. I will clone this title we've got at the top here, pop it below our portfolio feed. And then below the title we've put here, I'm going to pop in our team. And I'm only going to show 3 of them here, I think. And again, like the portfolio row, because I want them to stretch right the way out to the very width, I'm going to select stretch row. Let's refresh the page and take a look. Oops, sorry. Stretch row and content, I mean. And there we go. So you can obviously keep adding sections as you wish. Obviously this is just for demonstration purposes. Personally, I think it all looks quite good with just a white background, but I've staggered them with different background areas, different background colors, as you can see. But it's really up to you. The beauty of the plugin is it does give you everything you need to build whatever you can imagine. I hope this video has been useful. If you do have any questions on how to create pages with Visual Composer, then do come see me over at support. Other than that, thanks for watching.